Protein mac and cheese, protein mac and cheese. Oh yeah, let's get swole.
What's going on, party people? Yep, we're back in the kitchen for some anabolic meals. But we're changing gears this time. Yes, I've done my fair share of sweet snacks, breakfast meals, protein shakes. It's time to move on to something bigger, bolder, brighter, more manja, but something a little more savory. And it's time because this one's been requested by a number of subscribers. Today, we're tackling the Anabolic Mac and Cheese by none other Remington James. Now, for somebody who's been dating an Italian girl for the last several years, this is a godsend. Now, don't get me wrong, I love pasta, but homemade pasta, parm, and all the workings, it makes it extremely difficult to keep your body in check. I just better not let her catch me making this recipe because I might get smacked with a cannoli, but I guess that's not too bad.
Hey! I'm gonna throw more than a cannoli at you if you make this.
Hit the subscribe button, fellas. I might be putting my life on the line. Alright guys, without further ado, let's get into the Anabolic Mac and Cheese. Alright guys, so this recipe calls for 5 different ingredients. We're gonna first start off with Banza pasta. If you guys haven't picked this up before, your local grocery store is most likely going to carry this. This is one of the best pastas out there on the market today, especially being made with chickpeas. You've got a ton of protein and fiber. So 224 grams of Banza pasta coming right up. Talking about protein, hey Cupcake, how do you think these anabolic mac and cheese is gonna taste? Yeah, well, there you go. Alright guys, next up we've got 160 grams of unsweetened almond milk. We're going to go ahead and throw this into the saucepan and let it boil for a little bit. So you can see that the almond milk is starting to boil a little bit. You can see the moisture rising. We're going to go ahead and throw in 84 grams of fat-free cream cheese. Now that we've got everything all mixed, we're going to go ahead and throw in 112 grams of fat-free cheddar cheese. Cheddar! This cheese is looking mighty sexy. Alright guys, so now that we got the cheese mixture all melted together, we're going to go ahead and pour this over the top of the pasta. I'll tell you what, this is looking 100 times better than the chocolate chip cookies. Alright guys, we are back with the Anabolic Mac and Cheese. This thing looks 100 times better than the chocolate chip cookies. I cannot wait to dig into this. This has been smelling out the kitchen so hard. This is just ready to be devoured. Before we dive into this, let's take a look at the macro breakdown. Alright guys, 1,148 calories. Of that, we've got 16 grams of fat, 149 grams of carbs, and 33 grams of fiber. This thing is just stacked with macros. Guys, I'm gonna have to try and feed you guys through the camera. Enough talking, let's get into the breakdown. You know the rules. 3 different categories: anabolics, taste, and whether or not it's going to satisfy your craving. So from an anabolic standpoint, with 102 grams of protein for this entire serving, you're looking pretty solid. Your traditional mac and cheese is looking at roughly about 19 grams of protein at roughly 320 calories. And that's not anywhere near the amount of volume that you're gonna get with this. So when it comes to the protein, a lot of that is coming from the chickpeas. One entire box has 23 grams of protein. Then you've got the mixture of the cream cheese along with the cheddar cheese. When we look at it from a traditional mac and cheese recipe, this thing is lit. Obviously, you can go ahead and customize the protein sources, whether that's chicken, beef, fish, what have you. You can go ahead and throw that in here. But as a starting point, and as your traditional mac and cheese, this is looking pretty darn good. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and rate this out of 10. All right guys, second part is taste. And this has got to be the best part. I've been looking forward to this ever since we started cooking it, and I'm ready to dig in. That is looking so good. That cheese is looking legit. Ooh, take a look at those morsels. Each shell covered in glorious cheese. All right guys, less talking, more eating. Let's go on for the taste test. Oh my goodness. Finally, we hit a solid recipe. So here's the 411. Overall recipe on point. This is a solid recipe. And really, you can't go wrong with this, especially using Banza chickpea pasta, fat-free cream cheese, unsweetened almond milk, and also fat-free cheddar cheese. Like, how much more healthier of a version can you get with mac and cheese? This should be an everyday staple. Definitely try this out. I would highly recommend this. Even if you're not craving mac and cheese, just go to the store right now and just make this. So with the anabolic mac and cheese, here's the kicker. It is a little on the dull side because you're working with fat-free cream cheese and also fat-free cheddar cheese. You can add in other seasonings to help ramp up that flavor profile. And so for overall taste, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 9 just because of the flavor profile. Is this gonna satisfy your craving? You bet it is. Let's go ahead, we're gonna give it a 10. This is straight up, this is delicious. I can't even compare it to the chocolate chip cookies or the Pizookie because it's a completely different category, but this is just overall a better recipe. All right guys, with the 3 categories scoring at a 10, 9, and 10 respectively, we've got a total score of 9.6. This savory meal is kicking things off on the right foot. And I highly recommend you guys to check this out if you're straight up looking to satisfy that pasta craving. Well guys, that does it for today's video. Make sure to smash that thumbs up to let us know this video was filled with cheesy goodness. And if you're interested in learning more about recipes that you guys actually love or have seen on YouTube, make sure to throw it down into the comments below and I'll be sure to check it out. But otherwise, appreciate the love and support and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.